No more changes to openers, coaches and lifters. No more changes to openers will be accepted. December 16, 17. Coming to Melbourne and you're doing all my AV. Or the comp, yeah. You get all coming, all get coming. I'll see. Yeah. I'll see. I don't work tomorrow. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to get underway with the final lifting session of the weekend. Let the big dogs eat.
That was the best.
Battling it out for $0 in prize money.
$0, maybe some bragging rights.
Alright, so ladies and gents, this is the 84 plus category in the women's, and the 120 kilo category in the men's, and the 120 kilo category plus in the men's. First off, just want to quickly introduce our referees. John Myers in the chief position. Left referee is Katrina Evans, and in the right seat is David James, who lifted in the session prior, and is your 105 kilo national champion. First lifter will be Nolene Kingi. We got 175 kilos on the bar, and the bar is loaded. Give a round of applause for first quarter of this afternoon session.
You should really do that as well. I don't know if you do that. Do you do this? A lot of people don't. That's my head. Local comps, doesn't matter. Oh, you notice? Okay, yeah, sick.
Yeah, they do that at international.
Yeah. And they stand. Actually, the refs stand at the front and they get introduced.
Very nice opening attempt by Nolene Kingi. We're going to 230 kilograms. 230 kilograms. My name is John Paul Kauke. You're watching the 2017 Australian Championships, Powerlifting Australian National Championships. This is the super heavyweight category. I'm joined by co-host Tim Davies. How you going, Tim?
Very well, thank you, JP. Thank you for having me here, as always. Najat Curie with 230, bar loaded. This is 3 kilos below her national record and the biggest ever squat from a female, raw.
Bar is loaded, Amir. Yes, bar is loaded for Najat. Give a round of applause. Ladies and gents, this young lady is about to put 230 kilos on her shoulders. Give her a round of applause. Come on, first attempt.
My voice has come back a little bit.
As soon as I started eating, I was like, yeah, I'm doing better.
Lift is good for Najat there, just tipped forward a little bit. But 3 white lights, good lifts. We now move into the 120 class now with Nick McManus, coached by Nick Dawn of Strength Sports Gym in Brisbane.
Nick squared.
Sorry?
Nick squared. 2 Nicks.
2 Nicks, yeah. Nick squared. Nick times Nick. Nick squared indeed. Strength Sports Gym coaching Will Phillips to national glory today.
They're doing good things at a Strength Sports Gym.
They're doing fantastic things. We have two ladies in the front row here, Emma McRae and Paige White, also doing great things
Powerlifting Australia.
for Powerlifting Australia.
Already.
Yeah,
in the
that's
youth.
it. Definitely, yeah. Still juniors. Oh no, first year open, Emma.
Bar is
First year
loaded
open
now
for
for
Emma.
Nick McManus.
Bar loaded, 232.5, Nick McManus.
So we've just got the 2 competitors in the 84 kilo plus category, Nolan and Najat. And just based on the openings, I think it'll be a Najat's day. And a nice opening attempt by Nick McManus. Very unusual Strength Sports Gym light opening attempt. Usually they open on maxes down at Strength Sports. Very aggressive opener, so that was quite different to the norm. We've got Tana in now representing Melbourne University. Representing Melbourne University Powerlifting and Weightlifting Club.
Has he been to Melbourne University?
Loaded, misloaded. There's a misload. What's that?
I don't even know if he's been to Melbourne University. Probably has. Not many times.
I don't think he's ever trained there, no. Oh,
No.
maybe once. Right, so the 120 kilo category's got 5 lifters. Bar is loaded for Tan to win. I think it'll be a very competitive group. But so far it's looking like Richard Hosjan is the favourite based on the openings. Oh, sorry. He's so far down I didn't even notice he was there. My God. All right, Cam is the favourite. Let's be serious. I just started seeing 120 plus.
Yeah, very powerful lifter there, Tan Ewan.
Tan's got a personal best squat of 300 kilos. So 260s.
3 white lines, good lift for Tan. Richard Hojan, New South Wales, big bencher, big deadlifter. Very decent squatter as well. Former open national record holder in total.
Bar is loaded for Richard Hosjan.
Yeah, holds a few continental records as well. Well,
Yeah, in the bench press.
yeah, bench press. So bar loaded for you, Richard. I believe he's from Newcastle.
Yeah, out of Newcastle.
Newcastle, yep.
All right, bar is loaded for Richard Hosjan. First time in the 120 category at a national level. Wide stance squatter. Very pretty opening attempt.
Very pretty indeed, very smooth.
White lights, good lift. Next up, we've got Graham McDonald from Iron Underground. Iron Underground, a strength and powerlifting gym based out of Brisbane. Graham McDonald's actually an M1 lifter, so he's in the Masters 1 category. Obviously today competing in the open category. Previously was won the title of best M1 lifter in the country, 2016 nationals, no 2015 nationals. Won best male lifter at M1. Bar is loaded now for Graham McDonald, 265 opening attempt.
Fantastic opener there for Graham McDonald. 3 white lights, good lifts.
Alrighty, next lifter out here is Josh Pataka, the young Viking. 277.5 kilos. So Josh is our first competitor today lifting in this super heavyweight category. So the super heavyweight category, the body weight minimum is 120 kilos, and there is no limit to the upper end of body weight. You can weigh as heavy as you so desire. It's a no stress weight class. Yeah, the only stress is physiological, cardiovascular. So Josh Pataka, relatively experienced lifter despite his youth. He's taken 277.5 kilos, coached by Robert Wilkes out of Melbourne Uni. Barley's loaded now. Barley's loaded. Josh will be followed by Iveni, Steve Tyrell, Tyrone Senatuli, and Cameron McKenzie. Very nice, very, very nice by Josh Pataka.
Yeah, very smooth opener there for Josh.
3 white lights. Alrighty, next lifter is Iveni Tuipupo out of Burley Strength in Canberra. We really should mention.
So Iveni comes into this meet with an 860 kilo nomination.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was done at NSPC. But loaded now. Iveni Tuipupo, Canberra. Opening with 290. Let's go, Iveni. First Open Nationals here, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause. Let's make him feel welcome.
And co-host here, Tim, laughs at how easy that was. Very, very good opening attempt. All right, Steve Tyrell is out next. Steve is a very accomplished lifter.
Very accomplished. Current Open National Record holder in squat in the 105 class.
And what's he weighed in at today?
He weighed in at 120 on the dot today. That was done last year. This time last year, so that 105 record was set.
In a year, he's put on 15
Yeah, he's
kilos.
put on 15 kilos in 1 year. It's crazy. It's very good. This is 5 kilos below his best in a meet, to my knowledge. Bar loaded now for Steve Tyrrell. Queensland, coached by Colin Webb. Let's go, Steve.
He is not a small man, and that is not a small squat. Very, very easy opening attempt for Steve Tyrrell, I'm being told. Alrighty, the next lifter out here, also coached by Colin Webb. Tyrone Senatuli. Tyrone is a young man out of Queensland, and he has shot to fame in powerlifting Australia over the last 24 months. 24 months has been a very, very amazing display of lifting by Tyrone.
So Tyrone at the moment, bar loaded for Tyrone. Tyrone at the moment has the biggest total in Australian history at 890 kilograms. He did that at Worlds this year in Minsk, Belarus. Always opens light, and it shows 3 white lights. Good lift for Tyrone Sanatuli from Queensland.
Alrighty, ladies and gents, the next lifter to the platform is the much accomplished Cameron McKenzie. And it is also our first 300 kilo squat attempt of this morning's session. Cameron is currently Australia's best lifter, best male lifter, pound for pound. And he's opening up proceedings here at only 120 kilos body weight, so not in the super class. He's in the 120 kilo category. And his opening attempt, the very first of the day at 300 kilos. Let's give him a round of applause, make him feel welcome. Bar is loaded for Cameron McKenzie. Ladies and gents, give him a round of applause. This is 300 kilos opening attempts.
Moves well there for Cameron McKenzie from Newcastle. 3 white lights, good lifts.
Alrighty, the next lifter to the platform, Anthony Krisner. Anthony is a local to Melbourne, powerlifting coach and athlete out of the western suburbs. He's competing in the 120 kilo plus category, so the super heavyweight category. Opening attempt of 312.5 kilos. If my memory serves correct, his personal best is 332.5 kilos, so well under his personal best. And it's a very safe place to start. You're watching the 2016 Australian Championships. 2017, sorry. Powerlifting Australia National Championships. It's been a long weekend. Opening attempt. Bar is loaded for Anthony Krisner. 312.5 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's about to put 312 kilos on his back. Give him a round of applause. Come on. Make him feel welcome. Come on, Anth. Nice opening attempt there. Maybe a little bit stickier than he would have liked, but it's a good lift.
Yeah, slightly sticky in the middle, but he knew it. As soon as he stood up, he shook his head. He knew it. He'll probably come back and smoke the second.
They'll adjust, yeah.
Yeah.
2 lifters to go now.
Jesus Christ. That was very loud. Scott Hall now taking 325.
7 reds aside for Scott Hall.
7 reds aside for Scott Hall. Very big squatter. Best, I believe, 337.5. Bar loaded, sorry, John. Bar is loaded for Scott Hall from New South Wales. Let's go, Scott, come on.
Wow, that is a nice squat. That is what you want out of an opening attempt. White lights for Scott Hall.
Yeah, 3 white lights for Scott Hall. Easy opener there. Looks good for over 340 today, I would say.
Alrighty, ladies and gents. About 3 years ago, the Australian record in the squat was 335 kilos by Steve Pritchard. It was 331. He got 335 in a comp, but then bombed a deadlift, so there was no record that day. 3 years ago, this was the Australian record. Today, it is Tony Reinmuth's opening attempt. Bar is loaded now for Tony Reinmuth. 335 kilos, last squat of the opening round.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Australia's biggest squatter. 360 kilograms is his Australian record. 355 maybe. 355, I stand corrected. He missed 360 at Worlds.
Classic Brooks, attempt section. Go ham in the second, go up 5 kilos.
Alrighty, smooth opening attempt. Right, that concludes the first round of lifting. So we're going to strip the bar down and start the second round. Just to give you a bit of context, ladies and gents, this is the 2017 Powerlifting Australia National Championships. You're watching the 84 kilo category plus in the women's, the 120 kilo category plus in the men's, and the 120 kilo category in the men's also. Powerlifting Australia, this is a 3-lift barbell sport. We've got the squat, we've got the bench press, this is the deadlift. We're starting with the squat, bench press and deadlift to come later on this afternoon. The winner is the lifter that puts together the best total. So your best total is your squat, your bench press, your deadlift. Add it together, you score yourself a total. Person with the biggest total wins. So these lifters are trying to put up the best squat they can. Once you've made your attempt, you can't go down in weight in the next attempt. So you usually start light, you build up from there. We've just finished the first round of lifting, so the first attempts. For example, Nolene Kingy, she made 175 kilos in the opening round. Now her second attempt is 185 kilos, so she's looking to add 10 kilos. Looking to add 10 kilos.
Bar is loaded for Nolene, 185. 10 kilos up from her opener. Let's go Nolene, come on. So Nolene is the owner of the biggest deadlift in Australia with 211. So that's the current national deadlift record. She's happy with that. 185, 3 white lights, Nolene Kingy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put 240 kilograms on the bar for Najat Khoury of Adonis Athletics in Granville. This is an open national record in squats by 7 kilos. This is a big...
The current record is 233 kilos, held by none other than Najat. So she's looking to extend her own Australian record by 7 kilos. And more importantly, add 10 kilos to her total. Bar is now loaded for Najat. A new open Australian record attempt. Give a round of applause as she comes out here, ladies and gents. Following Najat, we have Nick McManus, Graham McDonald, and Richard Hosjan. A smile on her face as she stood up. Good lift. White lights there from the referees. That was awesome. 240 kilos. All right, we're going to load the bar now for Nick McManus, who's taken a 15 kilo jump from the opening attempt of 232.5. This is now 247.5 kilos. Very commendable squat here by Nick McManus. 247.5 kilos at a 120 kilo body weight. Out of Strength Sports Gym in Brisbane. Any locals to Brisbane if you're looking for a strength gym? In Brisbane, Strength Sports Gym, very good. Very good gym there, run by Nick Dawn, who is coaching Nick McManus right now. Bar is loaded, 247.5 kilos. Little bit of a misgroove, I think. He shakes his head, but he stands up and he gets the white lights. Good lifting.
Next lifter now, Graham McDonald, Iron Underground in Albion, Queensland. Another powerlifting gym in Brisbane. And they work really well together. Like, they aren't enemies, they work well together all the time.
Well, there are really no enemies in this sport, Tim. We're all friends.
Exactly. So Graham McDonald, 272.5, 601 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. For a Masters 1 lifter, aged between 40 and 49. Bar is loaded for Graham McDonald, 272.5 kilograms, 600 pounds. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent squat there from Graham. And he's rewarded with 3 white lights. He's happy with that. Now we add 2.5 each side for 5 big red shiny plates for Richard Hojan of Newcastle, New South Wales. Multiple time national champion. Many time national champion. In raw and equipped.
Greater than 1.
Definitely greater than 1. Greater than or equal to 1.
So Richard Hojan usually competes in the 105 category. This year he's competing in the 120s. Bar is now loaded for Richard. Give him a round of applause as he comes out here. Very experienced veteran of the game. You're watching the squat section of the Powerlifting Australia National Championships. For our heavyweight session. He's happy with that. Very nice looking squat by Richard. 3 white lights. Not a problem at all. All right, we're going to 290 kilos for Tan to win. Now, if you remember, Tan's best squat is 300 kilos, which was an absolute fluke about 3 months ago.
It really was. So 290 will be a good test to see if he's good for that or even more. So I usually assess that through how fast it moves. Yep. And how the individual lifter felt with it. The bar is loaded for Tan Nguyen as he buries his face in that, what would it be? Container, supplement container.
Of ammonia. I think it's like 5 packets of smelling salts all in the one, and then you shake it all up. You do the hokey pokey and you stick your face in. Come on, ladies and gents, give me a round of applause here. This is 290 kilos. Very nice squat, actually. 3 white lights, good lift. Josh Pataka to follow. Following which we'll have Steve Tyrell, Cameron McKenzie, Iveni Tuitupo, and Tyrone Senatuli. Josh Pataka was successful with 277.5. He's now going at 290 kilos. Josh is competing in the super heavyweight category today. Bar is loaded. Josh is in the super heavyweight category today. Junior lifter out of Melbourne University Powerlifting Gym. Tim, so far it's been a very successful round of squats. Haven't seen a missed lift yet. I don't want to jinx it.
It's always good to see.
A sea of green on the score sheet.
Yeah, not a single red at the moment, which is great.
The
Means
only red-
everyone's in the meet.
The only reds are on the bar. Plenty of them on the bar.
Exactly. Another shake of the head from Josh, but 3 white lights is a good lift. We now go to Steve Tyrell from Queensland. 120 kilos on the dot today, 310 kilograms. This is 10 kilos more than what he squatted last year. He was 15 kilos lighter, but still 10 kilos more than he has ever squatted at national level. Australian record in the 120 class currently stands at 325, held by one Cameron McKenzie, who will be next at 315. I think it's 325. Is 325. Bar loaded. Steve Tyrell, 310 kilograms from Queensland. Let's make it feel welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Very nice attempt.
Very nice attempt. Tiny bit slow in the middle, but that's to be expected for a second. 3 white lights is a good lift. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Cameron McKenzie from Newcastle, New South Wales. He was Powerlifting Australia's first male to achieve 500 Wilks points, which is a measure of comparing lifters according to their body weight. This made Cameron the best male lifter in 2016. He is not the best male lifter this year. That's Nathan Tannis, but I think he'll make himself number 1. Bar is loaded for Cameron McKenzie, 315 kilograms. He's getting fired up. Who wants you fired up too, crowd? Let's go. Come on.
Nice second attempt by Big Cam. White lights there.
Very happy with that.
Tim, I think it's going to be a very interesting competition as to who will be the best male lifter of the tournament, the champion of champions,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
I'm actually unsure of what Nathan Tannis' score is.
Nathan
It'll be
Tannis,
about 490 something.
yeah, it won't be 500. He recently got 500 with a 747.5, yeah. Bar loaded for Iveni Chuitupo, Canberra, 315 kilograms, 25 kilos up from his absolute smoke show of an opener.
So, yeah, so I think Nathan Tannis will be leading the best male lifter.
At the moment, yeah.
And Cameron's got the advantage. He can pick him off on
Exactly.
his deadlifts.
He knows exactly what to put
If
on.
the coaching staff are thinking of that. Sometimes they forget about the best male lifter.
It's not the priority. Winning is the priority.
Of course. But I think he's so far in front that he can afford to. Very nice.
I agree.
Meanwhile, very nice squat by Iveni.
Very nice squat from Iveni there. Iveni.
695 pounds. No issues.
No issues at all.
3 white lights.
3 white lights. Really good lift. Tyron now 320. 22.5 kilos up from his opener.
Barley's loaded for Tyrone Senatuli. This is 22.5 kilos more than his opening attempt of 297.5 kilos. 320 kilos at 154. Even Tyrone could be best male lifter, I think. Would he be up there? He'd be very close if he has a good day. Wow. Wow. That was a nice second attempt squat.
Extremely nice squat there. I believe Tyrone squatted 332.5 at Worlds this year.
Yep, that's true.
So certainly looks to be good for more than that today. So this is Anthony Krisner, is that right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Krisner, yeah.
Krisner. Matching his personal best here with 330.
2.5 under.
2.5 under.
And we've got 3 lifts left in this group.
Bar loaded, Anthony Krisner, 330 on the bar, 727 pounds. Melbourne, where are you? Let's give you a big round of applause. Come on.
Very narrow stance by Anthony. Yeah, that's a nice attempt. That was much better than the opener. Very good attempt. 2 white lights.
Two white lights. David James calling for depth on the right side. So that's why he held that red card up. So referees can hold up a red, blue, or yellow card to show the audience and coaches
signals what the reason.
Signals the reason for the failure. So Scott Hall now taking 340. This is, I believe, is a personal best attempt for Scott Hall. Went to Equipped Worlds in 2015.
Yeah, it was the only one.
He was the only Australian there at Equipped Worlds. So loves getting into equipment. Bar loaded for Scott Hall. Let's go, Scott. 340 kilos, almost 750 pounds.
Wowee. Wowee. 3 white lights, good lift. One of very few lifters competing outside of the SBD knee sleeves, funnily enough.
Yeah, always in the Ray-Ban sleeves, as much as I've known him.
Must be an equipped thing. David James does the same.
Yes.
Alrighty, Tony Reinmuth now. Last squat of the second round is Tony Reinmuth. This is 10 kilos below his best ever. 345 kilos, so definitely within reason.
Yeah.
Bar is now loaded for Tony Reinmuth. Australia's biggest squatter. Give him a round of applause as he comes out here. And with that, ladies and gents, we have actually our first miss. So we've been treated very well. Very good lifting so far. That's our first lift. Ladies and gents, give our spotters a round of applause. They just caught 345 kilos. And a really big shout out to our spotters, especially on the right side. You'll see Ross Rickards, who actually competed on Friday, and Reese Vella, who competed this morning. Give him a round of applause. And the side referee, David James, actually competed this morning as well. Our volunteers given back to the sport. to the best of their ability, despite how tired I'm sure they are.
I also want to mention
And Josh.
Yeah, I was about to say.
On
I
the left side,
also
of
want to
course.
mention the center spotter Josh, who's been spotting
every session.
all weekend,
Spotting
every
every
single session. And
spotting's
Damien
not
Horn's on
easy.
a lot of them.
Spotting's not easy. Very physically
It
demanding.
is very demanding. He's extremely demanding.
Very dangerous, obviously.
Yeah, this is also extremely demanding as well. It's hard, yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of energy. Yeah, exactly. 195 for Nolene Kingy now. Bar loaded. Here we go, Nolene. Third and final attempt for Nolene. Big round of applause. Come on.
And 3 white lights for
Lights,
Nolene.
Nolene.
Good lift.
Excellent.
All right, ladies and gents, you're in for a treat now. About 20 minutes ago, Najat Khoury reset the Australian record in the squat. Her own record. She set it at 240 kilos, and now with her third attempt is looking to extend her record to 245 kilos. For a new Australian record attempt, bar is loaded for Najat Khoury. Give her a round of applause as she comes out here. Come on. And unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Najat. Give her a round of applause. There was a bit of downward movement on the bar. The spotters thought it was best to just take the weight. Safety is of the utmost importance, and when the lifter is under that much strain and there's a bit of downward movement in the bar, the spotters just took it upon themselves to take the bar. I think that was the right decision.
Yeah, I think as a spotter, you have to take the conservative approach and jump in. I thought it went.
You got to speak to the referee. You can speak to the referee. All right, bar is loaded for Nick McManus, 260 kilos. I was about to say, yeah, it's up to my own ability to maintain my versus Very good catch by our spotters once again. Unfortunately, no lift for Nick McManus. G-Mac is up next, 277.5 kilos. Ladies and gents, this is the third round of squats for our heavyweight session of this year's Australian National Championships, hosted by Powerlifting Australia, the premier Powerlifting Federation of Australia, as recognised by the Australian Sports Commission, ASADA, Robert Wilkes, and Max Markopoulos, and Barry's loaded.
Fantastic third attempt there from Graham. 3 white lights, good lift. We now go to 280 kilos, silver off, black on. 5 reds and a black for Richard Hojan. Highly experienced lifter. Looks to have permanently made his way to the 120s. Bar is loaded for Richard Hojan. 280 kilograms. 5 kilos up from his second. Let's give him a big round of applause, guys. Third and final attempt for Richard. A true Australian legend. Very good lift there from Richard. And is rewarded with 3 white lights. Excellent lift there. Josh Pataka now taking 300.
So for the next 10 lifts, they're all over 300 kilos. Getting us underway is Josh Pataka. As we adjust the rack height for Josh. Successful his first 2 attempts at 277.5 kilos, 290 kilos. And now 300 kilos.
Bar loaded, Josh Pataka, 300 kilograms for the Viking. Let's go Viking power.
Usually what they do is they have someone like shoulder it a little bit, and then like 2 people like leave it. Above like 350
Yes, Joshy. Yes, Joshy. Stand it up. Hold the top. Come on. Yeah, boy. That was a good grind.
That was a fantastic, and he's happy with that.
You ought to be happy. That was good.
Oh, definitely.
What a way to enter the 300 club. Hey, Tim.
Oh, definitely.
Speaking about 300 club,
Ecstatic with that.
time to win. Looking to add 5 kilos to his best ever squat. 15 kilos above his second attempt.
So 15 kilos up from his second attempt for Tan Nguyen here. Melbourne own. Bar is loaded for Tan Nguyen, the local boy here today. Trains out of Obsidian Strength. Let's go, Tan. Let's go. Come on. 305 kilograms. Great catch, spotters there. Big round of applause for the spotters, ladies and gentlemen, and Tan as well. He's a bit dizzy. Just support him, support him. And he's good. He's good. Big round of applause for Tan, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big weight to have on your back. Okay, 320 kilograms now. Cameron McKenzie. 5 kilos up from his second. 5 kilos below his best. But Nationals is about winning the meet. You need as many kilos as you can. You take what's there. It's just going to happen a lot. I'm sorry. Bar is loaded for Cameron McKenzie, Newcastle, New South Wales. Let's go, Cam.
Very nice squat, 320 kilos. The man is happy, as he should be. 303 on the squat, 320 kilos.
And that's looking to be matched here from Steve Tyrrell from Queensland, coached by Colin Webb of Panthers Powerlifting in Brisbane. So same weight on the bar for Steve Tyrrell. It's 5 kilos below the national record. Bar is loaded for Steve Tyrrell, 320 kilograms for the biggest squat in the 120 class. The equal biggest, sorry.
Yeah!
Wow, can grind. The owner of CBF Training Facility in Queensland, Steve Tyrrell, 3 white lights, good lifts. Next lifter now, Eveni Tuitupo from Canberra, taking 325 kilograms, 6 big red shiny plates on the bar. Bar loaded for Eveni Tuitupo from Canberra. He's just getting ready back here. And here he comes now. Let's big round of applause. First Open Nationals, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
5 kilos above his best squat ever. Come on, give me a round of applause, ladies and gents. Yeah, boy. That was a nice squat. He's a very nice squatter. 3 white lights. Good lift.
He's a very nice man, too. Very nice man.
Is he?
He's a very nice man.
He looks that way.
Like a big teddy bear. Very nice.
There's a couple of big teddy bears coming up.
There's a couple of big teddy bears here, yes, definitely. One of them is Tyron Senatuli, 335 kilos. The nursing student. And I believe he's a security guard at the moment. Bar is loaded for Tyron Senatuli. This is a 2.5 kilo personal best from Queensland. Let's go, Tyron. Come on.
So wobbly now. Even when I deadlifted, the bar hits the ground, it just bounced on me. I was like, whoa.
Very smooth third attempt there. 2 white lights for Tyron. Side referee Katrina Evans calling for depth there, but 2 white lights is a good lift. Anthony Kruznar taking a 12.5 kilo personal best at 345 kilos.
It's a very aggressive jump. I think
Very aggressive
330
jump.
was good, but I don't know. This is going to test him.
It definitely will. It's the Open National Championship. This is
He's putting
the platform
himself.
to do it.
He wants to put himself in a position where he
Exactly.
can actually take it out today.
Exactly. He needs to be aggressive. Bar loaded. Anthony Krisner, 345 kilos. This is a 12.5 kilo personal best, ladies and gentlemen.
If he gets this, dare I say, he's going to have a very good chance of taking out this year's title.
Definitely.
Come on, Anth. Just a little too much. So that's a no lift for Anth. Finishes on 330 kilos. We've got the same weight in the bar now for Tony Reinmuth. Just 2 squats left in this section.
What's the record at 120 plus?
355.
55?
Yeah.
By Tony.
Tony, did at Worlds this year. He must have peaked well for that one. Bar is loaded now for Tony Reinmuth, the current Australian record holder in the squat. 10 kilos under that record attempt. He missed this on the second attempt, however. Ladies and gents, there's just 2 squats left in this entire weekend of lifting. Let's give these lifters a little bit of energy. Come on, round of applause for Tony. 345 kilos. Good catch by the spotters once again. Unfortunately, that's a no lift for Tony Reinmuth. And we're going to stack a 1.25 either side for Scott Hall. Stacking it. Yeah, we are stacking an entire 1 1/4 on each side. Load that sucker up. Have a look at the toaster racks, ladies and gents. Not a single red plate is left in those racks. Every single one is on the bar for Scott Hall's final squat attempt here of 347.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Final squat, ladies and gentlemen. Final squat over this weekend. Big round of applause. Come on.
Wow. I think Scott Hall is looking very, very likely to take out this year's title with that squat. 2 white lights.
2 to 1 there. Dave James calling for depth. And ladies and gentlemen, we will now take a 20-minute break.
Yeah, that concludes the squatting for this session. Some very good squatting, Tim. Not many missed lifts.
Yeah, definitely not many missed lifts at all, but also lifters taking aggressive attempts because they know that the championship's on the line. They need to squat big.
They need to put every kilo on the total that they can to give themselves a chance, especially the ones that are nominated more in like 3rd and 4th place. It's like if they just took the realistic attempts, they'll finish 3rd or 4th.
Exactly.
But they need to roll the dice a little bit and give themselves the opportunity of maybe getting 2nd or 1st.
Exactly. Like if they
stuck to a
are nominated,
approach.
if they're nominated at 3rd or 4th and take conservative attempps, they're probably not going to get any further. Like sometimes they might come backwards, which I've seen many times.
So very high standard. Very high standard
that we have here. But we'll take a 20-minute break, and we'll see you all for bench press. See you then. Thank you.
5 minutes to make change to openers. 5 minutes to make changes.
Lifters and coaches, 90 seconds to change your first attempts. 90 seconds. Thank you. Yeah. No more changes to openers. You can't hear me anyway. No more changes to openers.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're about a minute away from commencing lifting. At the start of the session, I was a bit rushed. We didn't really have a chance. So I'd like to take this opportunity really quickly to reintroduce our referees for this afternoon session. Whoa. Our left referee is a national level referee in Katrina Evans. She got her national title this year. And our side referee was David James, who was our 105 kilo Australian champion. He's also a category 2 referee, which means he's an international level referee, not just national level, international level referee. He's our right referee in the blue tie. And our chief referee in the red tie, John Myers, category 1, the highest level of referee you can be, not only international level but jury level. Over 15 years of referee experience, so you can be assured that all of the rules are being upheld and all of the lifts are being held to the highest standards by our high quality refereeing. No lean bar's not loaded yet. Hold on. Our first lifter will be Nolan Kingy with 100 kilos. Bar is loaded for Nolan, 100 kilos. Bar loaded, bar loaded.
Good lift there for Nolene. 3 white lights. Good lifts. Same weight on the bar. Rack height 9. Safety F for Najat Kuri. So in bench press there are 3 commands: start, press, and rack. The lifters can choose to lift themselves off or have the center spotter lift them out for them. Once locked out with the feet flat on the floor, hips on the bench, head on the bench, shoulders on the bench. With elbows locked, chief referee will give the start call. Bar is loaded for Najat Kuri at 100 kilos. Brings forward a 240 kilo squat. Smooth opener there for Najat. 3 white lights, good lifts. So once given the start call, the bar can be lowered to the chest. It must be motionless, and when it's motionless, the center referee will give a press call, for which the lifter will extend their arms to full arm's length or locked out. Bar is loaded for Tan Nguyen, 125. And once that elbow is locked, the chief referee will call rack. So the lifter must hear 3 commands. They must listen to every command. And if they don't, it'll straight away be a no lift. This is Tanya in 125 from Obsidian Strength. Powerful lifter, fires up 125.
Well, it is 125.
Yeah, true. It's not a big weight for a 120.
Disproportionate to his other lifts.
Very disproportionate.
I'm on team disproportionate. Don't mind being a little disproportionate. Nick McManus now, 157.5 kilo, opening attempt.
Keeps it interesting being disproportionate. My fan,
Bar is loaded. Sorry, John Myers. Bar is loaded now for Nick McManus.
I've always been a fan of the squat huge, let everyone else catch up with me with my pathetic bench and deadlift.
What is your rule bench? What is your rule bench?
My best is like 160.
That's alright.
That was a while ago now. And I don't train it because I'm fucking tired. It's the worst.
Great lift there from Nick McManus at Strength Sports Gym, coached by Nick Dawn. So we now move on to Graham McDonald now, 170 kilograms. Graham brings forward a 277.5 kilo squat. So Graham, being a Masters 1 lifter, was best Masters 1 lifter at 2016 Masters Nationals. Bar loaded for Graham McDonald, 170 kilograms, just chalking up his hands. So you'll see every lifter come out with chalk on their back, sometimes on their hips as well. So the chalk provides friction onto the bench so that they can lock themselves into place. So without the chalk, you can slide on the bench and lose your stability.
That was a very nice looking bench.
Great touch from Graham there.
Nice.
He's cramping, I believe.
Same weight on the bar now for Josh Pataka. Josh will be followed by Steve, Cameron, Scott, and Anthony. Now, Scott Hall, I think, was one of the chances of winning today, but I realise his bench is at 185. It's just too far behind Tyrone's. Bar is loaded now for Josh Pataka.
Yeah, I think it'll be a solid 30 kilos behind. Like, I think Tyrone will be good for the open bench press record today.
Which is 235.
0.5.
It's not Paul Wolford's anymore.
No, it's insane, Farto.
And that was one of the longest standing records.
It was very long, about 4 years, I think. It's a very long time. Textbook bench press right there from
Very
Josh Pataka.
nice. Yeah, the super heavyweights bench nice.
Extremely nice, extremely powerful too off the chest. They just fly off. So Steve Tyrell now 175, brings forward a 320 kilo squat in the 120 class. So 3 red plates for Steve Tyrell.
Bar is loaded.
Bar loaded, 175.
Very nice looking attempt by Steve. Low the bar to 400 pounds now for Cameron McKenzie. Opening attempt of 182.5 kilos. Cameron's personal best bench in contest is 197.5 kilos. So within striking distance now. Bar is loaded now. Come on. 182.5 kilos. Cameron was successful with his squat section. Went 3 out of 3. Very animated with his third attempt squat of 320 kilo. That was very good. And I just wanted to say that I've been corrected. His best bench press is 200 kilos. 200 kilos in competition.
Yeah, so 200 is the current junior national record from Cam's final meet as a junior back in 2016 in Christchurch at the Oceania Championships. But we add 2.5 kilos on now for Scott Hall, a lifter of vast experience, both in classic or raw lifting, which is what this is, and equipped lifting, which is another event that powerlifting offers, much like singles and doubles tennis. I like to think of it as.
Or like high jump and pole vault.
High jump and pole vault, yeah, sure. So they're very different events, like
under the same umbrella.
Under the same umbrella of the name of powerlifting.
Alrighty, Scott Hall next, 185. He'll be followed by Anthony, Richard, and Tony. Bar is loaded. Ladies and gents, just a reminder, you're watching the 2017 Powerlifting Australia National Championships. This is the heavyweights category. The final session after 6 sessions of this 3-day event over this weekend here at the fitness show. A nice attempt by Scotty Hall. 185 kilos. Brings his subtotal of 532.5. All right, Anthony Krisner now. 200 kilo bench. Opening attempt. Alrighty, bar is loaded now. Bar is loaded now for Anthony Krishna.
Smooth opener there from Anthony Krisner. 3 white lights, good lifts. Richard Hojan now coming out to 202.5 kilograms. Former national record holder, in bench press in the 120 kilo class, which has now exploded out to 230 kilograms.
Who did that?
Sane Fato, that's the super heavyweight record. The 120 record is 230 from Sane Fato at the Australian Bench Press Championships this year. So bar loaded for Richard Hojan. I think his best peaked at 216. I think.
Maybe.
It was definitely over 215.
He's done about 260 kilos, or 265 equipped.
Yeah, so in the shirt I believe he's the best bench presser in the country in the shirt. Possibly.
Yeah, it would be. It's not me, so.
Piece of cake there for Richard Hojan. So he fires that bar down to the chest for a really quick press call from John Myers.
Well, very, very, very fast on the descent.
Yeah, very, very fast descent. Always has that fast descent. So Tony Rymeth now 205. This is a big opener for Tony.
Tony was never very good at the bench press.
Yeah.
Like wasn't natural. Didn't come to him naturally.
No.
Bar is loaded, so he's obviously been working very hard on this. Yes, bar is loaded for Tony. 205 kilos for an opening attempt. And white lights, good lift for Tony. Right, same weight on the bar, same weight. This is Ivani Tuitupo in the 120 plus category. Bar is loaded now for Ivani. That was a little bit better than Tony Reinmuth's 205.
Yeah,
Put it
slightly.
away.
Absolute flyer there from Ivani Tuitupo there. 205 kilos. I love that strategy of attempt selection. Open light.
Conservative, much like his squats.
Open light, finish heavy.
His squats were very much the same.
Yep.
All
I
right,
like
next
that
lifter.
strategy.
Next lifter is Tyrone Senatuli, who is on track to be the first male to total 900 kilos in Australia.
I like that you keep looking at me like that. Taking guys, I turn the light on.
So Tyrone benched 232.5 at the recent Classic World Championships in Minsk. Minsk bar is loaded. Minsk in Belarus. So 232.5 is his best bench press. Current Australian record is 235.5, held by Sane Farto of Victoria.
In the bench only. In the 3 lift, it's 232.5, which doesn't exist. Just about what we talked about before. Wow.
Yeah, same strategy there from Tyrone as to Ivani there. Open light, fire up their first attempt, and then start to accumulate load with second and third attempts. So we go back to our 84 kilo plus class now with Nolene Kingy taking 105 kilos. 5 kilos up from her opener. Takes her to an even 300 kilos subtotal. So the Australian record bench press in super heavyweight females is 115, held by Queenslander Tian Augustine. It's pretty much been her record ever since I've been here, to my knowledge.
Tian, very good bench presser.
Yeah, extremely
bench
good bench
specialist.
very bench specialist. Extremely good bencher.
Funnily enough, the 84 class record is 112.5.
It is 112.5, held by Beth Parker.
Yeah.
Sub-junior lifter. It's also the Oceania record.
In the opens.
Open Oceania record.
As a sub-junior.
As a sub-junior, correct.
Remarkable.
So it is extremely remarkable.
Nolene's actually the current holder of the deadlift record, Australian
She is,
record.
with 211.
She broke that off Najat Kuri.
She did. Bar loaded for Nolene Kingy. 105 kilograms of New Zealand descent, I believe.
Yeah, she's New Zealander.
Yep.
Native New Zealander.
Native New Zealander living in Australia. Here in Melbourne, representing Melbourne University Powerlifting and Weightlifting Club.
Spiritually, I'm passed away. My sister lost my car. Such a good.
Smooth lift there for Nolene. 3 white lights, good lifts. Same weight on the bar. Rack height up 1 for Najat Kuri. Also taking 105. So Najat opened at 100 as well as Nolene. Bar is loaded for Najat Kuri at 105 kilograms. Big round of applause for Najat. Come on, let's go. Bit sticky in the middle there, but looks good. Yes, is good. 3 white lights, good lifts. We now go to the 120 class with Tan Nguyen taking a 10 kilo jump to 135.
His opener was very easy, Tim.
Opener was extremely easy. 10 kilos will be fine.
Well, if his squat wasn't anything to go by, he went from 260 to 290. 30 kilo jump.
Yes.
So kind of similar idea. Very easy opener, bigger jump.
Similar percentage jump. Certainly capable of it. Bar loaded for Tan Nguyen. Obsidian strength. Right here in Melbourne. Big round of applause. This is your local lifter, ladies and gentlemen. Really good attempt there from Tan. 3 white lights, good lifts.
Takes 2:36 to break the record.
So next lift on Nick McManus, bar loaded, 170 kilograms, Strength Sports Gym in Brisbane, Queensland.
Is there a specific suburb? Stafford? Stafford, S-T-A-F-F-O-N.
Fantastic bench press there from Nick McManus. 3 white lights, good lifts. Strength Sports Gym, Stafford, Brisbane. Stafford, Brisbane, Queensland. Sorry. Stafford like the Stafford brothers. Thank you. Okay. Graham McDonald now, 3 red plates, 175 from Iron Underground in Albion, Queensland. Bar is loaded for Graham McDonald, Masters 1 lifter, age between 40 and 49. Big round of applause for Graham, guys. Let's go.
Good, mate. Come to the Fitness Expo? Ah, man.
See you next.
See you, mate.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be down the rest of this year now. See you next year. Cool, man.
Very nice attempt there by G-Mac. He was suffering a bit of cramps in the first attempt, so good to see him take a second attempt successfully. Now, Josh Pataka, 180 kilos. Bar is loaded. Bar is loaded for Josh Pataka.
Oh, my head's a bit sore though. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, that sums up my weekend.
Very nice attempt there. 3 white lights. Good lift by Josh. Next lifter is Steve Tyrell. Steve went 3 out of 3 in the squats, squatting 320 kilos on his 3rd attempt. He's now looking to consolidate. This is a 182.5 kilo attempt. Bar is loaded. 182.5 kilos for Steve Tyrell. Bar loaded. Bar loaded.
So no lift called. Oh, sorry, two white lights. It was a red light on the side from David Jane, which he is just discussing with Coach Colin Webb at the moment. The bar must not touch those safety racks, or the safety bars, face savers, yes, as well. So they are there to protect the lifter's face and thorax, torso. So if the bar touches that, it's an automatic no lift. So I usually make it conservative and drop it one. Bar loaded for Cam McKenzie now of Newcastle in New South Wales, 192.5, 7.5 kilos below his best. Had an absolute smoke show with 182.5.
Very good second attempt, 192.5. Next lifter out here is Scotty Hall. Scott was our biggest squatter of this entire weekend of lifting. He's now got a 195 kilos in the bench press. Bar is now loaded for Scott Hall. Bar loaded. Very nice bench press attempt by Scott Hall. Now, just like the squats, we are witnessing an excellent display of lifting, ladies and gents. A sea of green is what we are faced with on the scoreboard. Not a single lifter has missed an attempt yet in the bench press section. Yeah, bar is loaded now for Richard Hojan. 7.5 kilos up on the opening attempt. One of the best bench presses in the country. Very nice lift by Richard. Easy attempt at 210. Same weight on the bar. Same weight on the bar for Anthony Krishna. Followed by Tony Reinmuth, Tyrone Senatuli, and Iveni Tuitupo. Bar is loaded now. Bar is loaded for Anthony Krishna. 10 kilos up on the opening attempt here.
Smooth attempt there from Krishna. 3 white lights, good lifts. Now go to Tony Reinmuth now. At 212.5. His opening attempt was 205. So 7.5 kilos up. Bar is loaded for Tony Reinmuth. 212.5 kilos. Melbourne University Powerlifting and Weightlifting Club in central Melbourne. Very smooth attempt there from Tony. 3 white lights, good lifts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have 2 attempts at 230 kilograms, just 5.5 kilos below the open national record bench press. Currently at 235.5, held by Sane Farto of Melbourne. So 230 kilograms for Tyron Senatuli. Bar is loaded. He's chasing that 900 kilogram total today. So Tyron Senatuli from Queensland, coached by Colin Webb today. So 2.5 kilos below his best. Put it on, put it on. 3 white lights, Tyron Senatuli.
I think he'll go more than 235.
Oh,
I think he'll go 240, mate. That was very good.
We'll see. So Colin Webb's having a think at the moment. Same weight on the bar for Ivani Tuitupo. 230 kilograms, 507 pounds. This is a 500 plus pound bench press. Bar is loaded for Ivani Tuitupo. 230 kilograms, training out of Burley Strength in Canberra.
I think representing's better though.
Come on, Benny.
Yeah. I think for the non-affiliated clubs, yeah. Wow, wowee.
We're gonna have some interesting attempts here. Tyrone's put 240.
Benny.
So we now go back to 107.5 for Najat Curry. So there's just a little bit of discussion about which load they should put in for their third attempt. So coaches have 1 minute until the lights are given to put in their third attempt, and if they miss that minute, it'll go up the next 2.5 kilo increment. So you must get your attempt in within 1 minute. Najat Curry, your bar is loaded, 107.5. Third and final attempt in the 84 kilo plus division. Najat will be followed by Nolene, Tan, Graham, and Nick.
Days like this, I really wish Benny was a better deadlifter. His best, he dropped 320, like right at the top.
So that rack height is a bit too high for Najat there. So a new clock will be given.
It's rack height 9. It should be rack height 9.
Rack height
John.
9E. Bar loaded? Yes, bar's loaded. The clock started. Bar is loaded for Najat Curry at a much more appropriate height now. Very low touch for Naj, and she's put it to arm's length, and 3 white lights, good lifts.
So 2 rounds of bench done. Every single lift to make every single attempt right now. We're yet to see a missed lift out of the bench presses. Bar is loaded. Bar is loaded.
Great lift there from Nolene. 3 white lights, good lifts. A fantastic touch there. As soon as the bar got to her chest, it stopped moving, which meant that John Myers could give an immediate press call. So next lifter, Tan Nguyen, taking 5 kilos to 140 kilograms. 2 reds, a white and a black, including the collar. Bar is loaded for Tan Nguyen. 140 kilograms. Almost tripped up the stairs. Big round of applause for Tan. Come on, guys, let's go. Fortunately, no lift for Tan there. We move on to Graham McDonald now, 177.5, just 2.5 kilos up from his second attempt. So struggled with a little bit of cramp in his first attempt, and that's the first time I've ever seen someone chalk someone's head. Every time, okay. I'm not from Queensland. Bar is loaded for Graham McDonald. You Queenslanders must do something. Must do stuff very. Yeah. Well.
You should try it.
Yeah. Like, try it. Yeah. Just try it. See what happens. You never know if you don't try. You never know.
It kind of makes sense though. So it's added surface area.
Adds more friction. See? His head's on the bench. It adds more friction. Good choice. Good low choice there. 3 white lights for Graham. Good lift.
Alright, 10 kilo jump now for Nick McManus. $180 kilos on the third attempt. Bar is loaded for Nick. Bar is loaded. Very good grind. And good lift. White lights. Very good day of bench pressing.
Next lifter, Josh Pataka. Junior lifter from Melbourne University. Coached by Robert Wilkes. 185. The bar is loaded for Josh Pataka. 5 kilos up from his second attempt. Here we go. Come on, big round of applause for Josh. Smooth attempt there from Josh. Jesus. 3 white lights. Good lift. Steve Tyrell now, 190 kilos from CBF training facility. Steve Tyrell, but your bar is loaded, 190 kilograms, 7.5 kilos up from his seconds. Fantastic bench press there from Steve Tyrell. 3 white lights, good lifts. Cameron McKenzie now taking 200 kilos. This is Cam's best bench press ever. And that was done in Christchurch in 2016 at the Oceania Championships, where he set a junior world record in total at 888 and accumulated the most Wilks points ever by an Australian male. The bar is loaded for Cameron McKenzie, 200 kilograms. He's firing himself up. He's got 1 minute until he gets the start call. Not 1 minute until he completes the lift. So he's got plenty of time. Fantastic bench press there from Cam. He's happy with that. 3 white lights, good lifts. Scott Hall now taking an even 200 kilos, 440 pounds. 5 kilos up from his second. I think he's good for this. 5 kilos up from his second. Brought forward the biggest squat of the entire weekend. Bar is loaded for Scott Hall. 200 kilogram bench press. It's straight up to arm's length, and the lift is 2-to-1. Good lift. David James calling for movement of some kind. Hip oh, jeez. Hips, I'm guessing. Oh, it should have been a blue, so he called for downward movement there. Anthony Krisnar, 212.5, just 2.5 kilos up. It's probably the right call. So Anthony, first year in the open category. That means he is 24 years of age in 2017. Current junior national record holder in squat with 330 kilos. Squatted 330 today. The bar is loaded for Anthony Krisnar. 212.5. Almost inhaled the entire container of ammonia there. Right, stop. 3 reds, yellow, black, silver. Thank you for calling on that. 3 reds, yellow, black, silver. So Anthony off the platform, please. God, that would have been 262 on one side. Well, not 262 on one side, but that would not have ended well. Thank you to whoever brought that up. It was, yes. Okay. 212.5 kilos is now accurately loaded. Yes, it is. Anthony Krisnar, 212.5 kilograms. Another waft of ammonia. Great third attempt choice there. 3 white lights for Anthony Krisnar. whenever there's a misload or an incorrect rack height, it can throw the lifter off. So mentally, that was a big win for Anthony. Richard Hojan taking 215 for his third attempt. One of Australia's best raw and equipped bench presses. Bar is loaded for Richard Hojan, 215 kilograms from New South Wales, as part of the old school Newcastle crew, which includes one of Australia's most favourite lifters, Maxwell Bristow. Okay. 3 white lights there for Richard Hojan. Good lift. Adding a silver now for Tony Rymeth, 217.5 for his third attempt. I believe this is the personal best.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
personal
definitely
best.
personal
Bar
best.
is loaded now for Tony Reinmuth.
So after Tony, we will have 2 attempts at the open bench press national record. But first, a huge PB for Tony here. As JP mentioned before, not a gifted bench presser, but has just continually worked on it. The epitome of hard work.
Wow. I am surprised and impressed. More impressed than anything.
Pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly
480
surprised,
pounds.
definitely.
I'm very impressed.
Very impressed.
Speaking about impressive,
Where is my phone? Here it is. Okay.
we have an attempt at a new Australian open record in the bench press. The biggest bench press since the restructuring of weight classes.
Yes, I call that the modern era. But
Like the Cretaceous period.
since restructuring the weight classes also works, I suppose.
The Cretaceous period of the Jurassic. Bar is loaded for a new Australian record attempt, and more importantly, to add another 8 Rooks points to his total as he chases the title of Best Male Lifter at the Australian Championships. Wow, wowee. That is a new Australian record in the bench press, ladies and gents. An absolute protege in Tyrone Senatuli, but the action doesn't stop. Now, Ivani Tuitupo will look to break the Australian record in the bench press once again by half a kilo, adding half a kilo to Tyrone's bench record that he's just set. Bar is loaded for another attempt at the Australian record in the bench press. Ivani Tuitupo.
Come on, Benny! Back!
Wow! Wowee! Ladies and gents, what a round of bench press have we just witnessed? Have a look at that score sheet. Oh, I went away. Oh, I was going to take a photo of the score sheet. It was all green. It was so good. Only one missed lift in the entire bench. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to take a 20-minute break and be back for the deadlifts. It's shaping up to be an extremely competitive group as these boys and gals battle out at the Australian Championships. 20-minute break now. Be back for the deadlifts.
90 seconds to change opening attempts. I don't know if someone wants to tell them that. 90 seconds to change 90 seconds to change attempts. My words are slurring. I'm so tired. We're almost in our final session of the 2017 Australian Powerlifting Championships, sanctioned by Powerlifting Australia Limited. The Premier Powerlifting Federation on offer in Australia. I don't know what that is, Pay. I'm not drinking that. Yeah, no. And no more changes to opening attempts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the deadlift session of the super heavyweight categories and the under 120s, sorry. It is the final session of the Australian Powerlifting Championships over an amazing weekend here at the Melbourne Fitness Show. So the first lifter will be Nolene Kingy, a 200 kilo opening deadlift. And Najat Khoury is also taking 200. So we could have two or more attempts at the open national deadlift record. Currently at 211 kilos. So we're under 90 seconds away now. Referees to the platform. Well, we have 2 out of 3 referees to the platform. And there's the third there. So all referees on the platform. Spotters and loaders on the platform. So not only are we crowning national champions in the 120 class, 120 plus class, and the 84 plus class, we're also looking at best lifter, which is scored on Wilks coefficient, which is a points-based system to scale lifters to their body weight. So we already know best female lifter, that is Liz Craven, who did 431, well, who totaled 431 at 56.3 kilos on Saturday morning. Best male lifter though, up for grabs. We have Nathan Tanis in the 83s at 496 Wilks points-ish. Cam McKenzie has gone over 500. Tyrone went 490 Wilks in Minsk in June. That was through an 890 kilo total. Tyrone's opener will leave him with an 890 kilo total as well. So there's many more kilos to be added. Let's begin with Nolene Kingy, 200 kilos. The bar is loaded for the open national record holder in deadlift. 11 kilos away from that, just looking to get on the board. Lift is good for Nolene. 3 white lights. Najat Curry also taking 200 to just tighten up the collars. The plates are a bit loose on that right side. So Najat Curry from Adonis Athletics in Granville, coached by Amir Fazeli, the great Iranian. The bar is loaded for Najat Curry, 200 kilograms.
And with this lift, she'll win the 84 plus title.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident with that.
Well, she has a 42.5 kilo lead. So unless Nolene deadlifts 242.5.
3 white lights for Najat. And JP, you're absolutely right. I think that has sealed the national championship there. Nothing to lose. So she'll be chasing deadlift national record as well as the total national record, which she also owns at, I believe, 546.5. Yes, correct. From November 2016. It's been held for a while in raw powerlifting record shelf life, let's say. But they don't last long.
Right, the next lifter is Nick McManus on 262.5 kilo. Bar is loaded for Nick. Give him a round of applause as he comes out here. You're watching the deadlifts here at the Powerlifting Australia Championships. And very nice looking opening deadlift.
Yes. A very solid lift there for Nick, and just continues the trend of solid conventional lifters coming out of Strength Sports Gym.
The trend is good lifters coming out of Strength Sports Gym, I think.
In general, yeah. Just in general.
If you're looking for a gym up in Brisbane, I highly recommend Iron Underground.
We love you, Nick.
As well as Strength Sports Gym. Bar is loaded for title in 265 kilos.
Power and speed from Tan Nguyen. 3 white lights, good lifts.
I'm just getting confirmation. Nathan Tannis's Wilk score is 494.
494.654. So 494 is the current best Wilks coefficient of this weekend, or best Wilks score, not coefficient. Bar loaded. Best male Liz. Steve Terrell 270. It should be 4 reds, a blue, and a black.
No, that's right. It's right, Ross.
4 reds, blue, and a black. Reset the clock.
Yep. Bar is loaded.
Now the bar is loaded.
Very nice opening attempt for Steve Tyrell. And with that opening attempt, takes his total up to 780 kilos. And he's currently in first place temporarily. Alrighty, bar is loaded now, 280 kilos, so Graham McDonald. And great opening attempt from Graham.
Josh Pataka now taking 290 kilos. from Melbourne University. Carries forward a 485 kilos subtotal. Subtotal meaning squat plus bench press. So there's only one call in deadlift, which is down. So the lifter comes out in their own time. And they lift the bar when they're ready. Obviously within the 1 minute time period. Bar is loaded for Josh Pataka, 290 kilograms. Fantastic deadlift there. Absolute textbook. 3 white lights. So now Iveni Tuitupo from Canberra taking 290 kilograms. This is for an 855.5 kilo total. Nominated at 860. The bar is loaded for Iveni Tuitupo. 290 kilograms, and if anything's a go by his squat and bench openers, this should be a flyer.
Let's go, Benny.
Very comfortable for Iveni there. So 3 white lights, good lifts.
Next lifter up here is Richard Hosjan, 300 kilo opening attempt.
Did Richard beat me last year?
Richard is the 2015 national champion at 105 kilos. This year competing at 120. Bar is loaded. He only weighed in at 113 kilos, so he hasn't filled out the weight class. Perhaps just opting not to cut down to 105 this year. Nevertheless, 300 kilos as an opening attempt. Very good opening attempt. Got a little stuck on the thighs, I think. Maybe a little bit of baby powder can help the bar slide up the quads. You know, reduce some of the friction, especially on the sweaty quads. Okay, we've got 3 attempts now at 305. So Anthony, Tony, and Scott, make yourselves ready because that the bar's going to be called loaded very quickly. Bar is loaded for Anthony Krishna, 305 kilos. So in a situation where multiple lifters have chosen the same weight, the lifting order is dictated by the lot number, which is a randomly assigned number before lifting begins. Tim, you laughed. Very easy.
I did laugh because it was just so smooth and fast. It's crisp. Crisp is the word.
Crisp.
It's a good word, isn't it?
All right, same weight in the bar. So bar is loaded. Bar is loaded now for Tony Reinmuth, previous Australian record holder in the deadlift.
Was he? Yeah, like 330 something. And then Cameron did 360.
Oh, yeah.
White lights, good lift. Alrighty, we're on to Scott Hall now, not Scott Hill. Very easily confused. Scott Hall, bar is loaded, 305 kilos. Has had a fantastic day of lifting. Great socks. Even better deadlift. Look at that. That's a nice looking deadlift. And with that deadlift,
Very nice deadlift.
yes. And with that deadlift, he goes to 852.5 kilos on the total. Currently in third place. But we're yet to see the lift by Tyrone Senatuli, which will equal the Australian record in the total. So the biggest total ever set by an Australian powerlifter is 890 kilos, and that's exactly what Tyrone's going to do right now. Bar is loaded. 315 kilos. Wow. How was that?
So much room to move.
A lot of power behind that one.
He came here wanting 900, and I think he's going to go home with a lot more than that.
He'll go home with that and a little bit of silverware.
Oh,
He's
definitely.
going to have to make some room in the luggage.
Absolutely. That first deadlift from Tyrone gave him a 490.5 kilo Wilks.
490.
490
On an opener.
on an opener. Cam McKenzie now 325, 6 red plates aside, bar loaded. Cam McKenzie, Australia's biggest deadlifter, with 363 in the under 120s. Good lift there for Cam. 3 white lights. Good lifts on the board with an 845 kilo total and a 486 Wilks score. So Nathan Tanner still in the lead on Wilks for best male lifter. Cameron McKenzie in the lead in the 120 class. Tyrone Senatuli in the lead in the 120 kilo plus class. We go now to the 84 plus class for women, with Najat Khoury taking 207.5. This is a national record in total, an open national record in total for Najat Khoury. Her opening attempt was also a national record in total.
Bar is loaded, sorry. Bar is loaded from Najat Khoury. Not 207.5 kilos. This is 7.5 kilos up on the opening attempt.
And an open national record in total. So this is for 555.
Take over.
And it's stuck on her thighs, unfortunately, and she lost a little bit of grip. No lift. We now go to Nolene Kingy, 212.5. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an open national record in deadlift. This adds 1.5 kilograms to her current record. It is also the largest weight moved in deadlifts by an Australian female. Bar loaded, Nolene Kingy, 212.5 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, open national record in deadlifts. Looks good. Is good. 3 white lights. Good lift for Noreen. That's the biggest deadlift pulled by a female in Powerlifting Australia raw history in the modern era. Well, since the weight classes were restructured, however you would like to see that. We now go to Steve Tyrell, 282.5 kilograms. This is for a 792.5 kilo total. Sitting comfortably in third place. Bar loaded for Stephen Tyrell, CBF training facility in Queensland. And unfortunately just lost a little bit of grip there. No lift for Steve. He'll be back, he'll be back. Nick McManus now taking the magic number, 285 kilograms, 628 pounds. Yes, I have memorized what it is in pounds now. I say it so many times. This is my dream lift right here. I think I'd retire from powerlifting the moment after I lifted this weight. Nick McManus, the bar is loaded. Strength Sports Gym, Stafford, Brisbane, Queensland.
Very nice looking second attempt at 285 kilos, the dream lift. 3 white lights. Keep dreaming. We're going to 295.
It haunts my nightmares. It haunts my nightmares.
One day you will snatch grip deadlift it, Tim.
Maybe. Maybe. I'll have to put on another 40 kilos of body mass, maybe.
That's not a bad thing.
It's definitely not a bad thing. Bar loaded. Graham McDonald, 295 kilograms, 15 kilos up. This will take him to 750. Comfortably in 4th place. Good lift for Graham there, 3 white lights. Tan Nguyen taking a 35 kilo jump to 300 kilograms, 661.
Classic floggle methods.
Classic.
Open very light.
Classic floggle methods.
Open very light, take a big jump to the second.
Yeah, that's it.
He does 300 pretty much every week. Routine. This is very routine.
I have seen that. Bar is loaded for Tan Nguyen. His routine lifts 300 kilograms. A very powerful deadlifter, and he hasn't got chalk on his hands. Now he's got chalk on his hands. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 300 kilo deadlift at 111.45 body weight. Good lift there for Tan. Josh Pataka now, 305, 15 kilos up. This will take him to a 790 kilo total.
Yeah, because he's only used 22.5 kilos up.
So Josh Pataka, 305. Junior lifter from Melbourne University. Bar loaded. Josh Pataka, 305 kilograms. Let's go, Josh. Come on. He feeds off the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Good lift there for Josh. 3 white lights. At a black now for Richard Hojan. 310 kilos, a fantastic 3-lift competitor. It's great to see him back.
You got 2 changes on the third? 2 changes.
Bar loaded for Richard Hojan, Newcastle, New South Wales. 310 kilograms. He's got the talcum powder on now.
Tough lockout. Referees say 3 white lines. Good lift.
3 white lines, good lift.
All right, Iveni Tuitupo. Currently in 3rd place, trails Tony Reinmuth, Melbourne University by 2 kilos. So this lift will get projected into 2nd place and have 2nd place locked up by about 10 kilos over Tony. Tony. Bar is loaded for Iveni Tuitupo. Bar is loaded.
Let's go, Benny! All the way, Benny, come on!
Oh. Unfortunately, no lift for Iveni. So with that miss, he stays in 3rd place. Perhaps should have taken a 12.5 kilo jump to finish the 2nd round ahead of Tony Reinmuth, assuming Tony makes this 2nd attempt.
Jerry.
Always take the lead at the end of the 2nd round is my philosophy. Take the lead by the minimum amount. Unless you're very confident and you can set yourself up a buffer. Well, we can't all be Liz power lifts. Alrighty, Tony Reinmuth, bar is loaded. In 2nd place, looking to add 10 kilos to his total. This will go to 867.5. Meanwhile, the battle at the top for best male lifter continues. Three white lights. Scott Hall now taking 700 pounds. 700 pounds even. Well, I think it's like 699.9. Bar is loaded for Scott Hall. 317.5 kilos. Currently in 4th place. And this lift will take him into 2nd. No, into 3rd, sorry. There he goes into 3rd place. White lights. So Scott Hall currently in 3rd place, trails Tony Reinmuth by 2.5 kilos. And he's going to need 5 kilos more, so he's going to jump to, what's that? 327. Scott Hall goes 327.5 on the 3rd. Bar is loaded for Anthony Kuzner, who's currently in 5th place, trailing the pack by about 20. But with this lift, we'll bring him back into contention for a bronze or maybe a silver medal. Yeah, definitely in contention for a silver. Yep. He's only 20 kilos behind. With this lift, he'll be 5 kilos behind 2nd. Yeah, it'll be 867, 865, 862. Very nice looking deadlift. Alrighty, ladies and gents. This is where the competition really heats up. Right now, the best male lifter of the weekend was an 83 kilo lifter, Nathan Tanis. Scored himself 494 Wilks points. So pound for pound, the best lifter competed yesterday in the 83 class. Tyrone Senatuli looks to break the Australian record in the total with this lift. And in doing so, will project him into 1st place across the whole weekend. He's already won the weight class. He's too far in front for the weight class, so he's going to win the 120 plus. but this lift will put him into first place as best male lifter. Bar is loaded for a new Australian record in the total, and first place as best male lifter for the weekend. This is a very big lift. Really needs this lift here. 25 kilo jump.
Yeah. And then Cameron's going to need 357.5 to beat this.
Wow.
Do you want to do this one?
3 white lights, good lift.
So that total from Tyron Senatuli is the biggest total ever by an Australian raw male by 25 kilos. So 915 kilos raw. It's actually more than the Australian equipped total record. So even with squat suits and bench shirts, Tyrone can total more than anyone in Australia. And he's still got one lift to go, and he's only 24 years old. Bar loaded, Cameron McKenzie, 120 kilograms. Lifter, 345 kilogram bar weight. He's going for best lifter as well. Smooth attempt there. He'll be happy with that. 3 white lights for Cameron McKenzie to take him to 497 Wilks points. So Tyron Senatuli with 504 Wilks points is currently the best lifter in the meet, and currently the best lifter of 2017. So with that lift from Tyron, he has become the best powerlifter in Australia for 2017 with 1 lift to go. So we now go back to the 84 kilo plus females with Najat Khoury retaking 207.5.
First, they change right up to before bars loaded, yeah?
So now we're in third attempts. The bar will get scrubbed down to rid of excess chalk and baby powder or talcum powder. The platform will also get wiped down of any excess talcum powder so lifters don't slip. So now they're just wiping down the platform or brushing it down with a half broom. That was a full broom yesterday. It must have snapped. The bar is loaded for Najat Khoury at 207.5. Final lift of the Australian Powerlifting Championship. Missed this on a second. Let's give us some support, guys. Come on. She stood up with it. The referees say 3 red lights, unfortunately, for a variety of issues. So 1 of each card there. But Najat Khoury has confirmed herself as the Open National Champion in the 84 kilo plus category with a new Open National record total of 547.5. Nolene Kingy now taking 5 plates, 220 kilograms, 485 pounds. This is a 5-plate deadlift from a female, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big deadlift. So we scrub down the bar again. So third attempts usually go a little bit longer for this reason. Bar is loaded. Nolan Kingy, 220 kilograms. This will be the biggest deadlift by an Australian female. Let's go, Nolan. Stuck on the thighs, unfortunately. No lift for Nolan. Big round of applause. She still set the open national record in deadlift with 212.5. So we now go to 282.5 in the 120 class for Stephen Tyrell. Comfortably in third place here. This will take him to a 792.5 kilo total. So the bar's just getting scrubbed down once again before we see Steve come out. Steve missed this on his second attempt. Just got stuck on his legs. So he'll need your support, ladies and gentlemen, and grip. Thank you, David. Bar is loaded. Stephen Tyrell. Let's go, guys. Big round of applause. Third and final attempt. Unfortunately, no lift once again for Steve. Big round of applause. Nick McManus now taking 5 kilos to 290 kilograms. Strength Sports Gym, Stafford, Brisbane, Queensland. Head coach Nick Dawn. Arguably the best back slap in the game. It is incredible. It's with one hand too, usually. Just whack, one hand. No worries. So Nick McManus successful with 285 and 262.5, jumping 5 kilos to 290. And John Myers has spotted something here. Looks a bit like a little bit of blood on the bar. So this is the main reason why lifters wear long socks, so that it doesn't cut into their legs, which will therefore leave blood on the bar, and from a science perspective it turns into a biohazard. Because I'm a scientist, you get it? Okay. Alright. 290 kilograms. Bar is loaded. Nick McManus, here it comes. Whack, whack, 2. Oh, he missed the third. 290 kilos, Nick McManus. He's happy with that, so he should be. Single fist pump there. 3 white lights for Nick McManus. Graham McDonald taking 300 kilos even now. JP, would you like to say something?
The single fist pump, not the coveted double fist pump.
No, that's trademarked.
The trademark double fist pump.
So you guys on the live stream wouldn't have been able to see that, but I did a double fist pump for you.
Team PB double fist pump.
The Team PB double fist pump for 285.
We are in for an epic battle at the end of this contest. Jesus.
Oh, mate, we are. A huge 15 kilo jump from Tyron Senatoli. I think if he gets that, like, Kim will put it on, but it'll certainly push him. So 300 kilos even for Graham McDonald. Bar is loaded. Iron Underground, Albion, Queensland. Where are you, Albion? Where are you, Iron Underground? There you are. Excellent. Stuck in the middle, unfortunately. No lift for Graham. Big round of applause as he shakes the hands of the referees. Iveni Tuitupo taking 312.5 kilograms once again. Just looked like he got brought forward with his second attempt, which just swung the bar out from him. Change. We have a change. Spotters and loaders, we have a change. So Iveni going three. What a smart attempt choice that was. 3:15 now on the bar.
All right, talk us through it. Talk us through it, Tim. What's going on?
So the smart attempt choice was now that Iveni, because his lot number is 16, we have 4 lifters going for 3:15 as well. He goes right to the end of that 3:15.
Yeah, so he gets a little bit extra
So
rest.
he gets a little bit extra rest.
And what does that do for the placings?
What does that do for placings? Well, 3:15 is where
25 kilos.
25 kilos up. That's 8. What's that? 880.5. Yes, 880.5.
I think that puts him out in second place quite comfortably.
Quite comfortably, yeah. Tony Rymeth, Scott Hall will need something large to break down that deficit. I think this is the smart move. I think 312 was just misgrooved.
Yeah, he looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, like as soon as he pulled it, I was like, oh, that didn't look good.
It's like he didn't brace properly or something.
Yeah, something. Something was off, and he knew it. Knew it straight away. He's got fat hands, apparently. Bar loaded, Tan Nguyen, 315 kilograms. He has literally put his face into that ammonia. Oh, my God. No lift there for Tan as he just discards the bar. And that is definitely called the jackhammer, yes, Nick Dawn. When the hamstrings are weak, you get the shakes.
If anyone's got weak hamstrings, it's Tan to win. He only deadlifts 300 kilos.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Like, he doesn't do anything else. Wouldn't be surprised if he didn't warm up.
He doesn't.
He does, yeah, not surprised. Right, Richard Hojan back to the lifting, 315 kilograms. This, I believe, is equal to his best deadlift because he used to hold the deadlift national record at 105.
This is an equal PB. It's a PB at this body weight.
It's a PB at this body weight.
Because at different body weights is different.
Exactly.
At this weight class, I mean.
Yes.
Hello, Jan Fei Zhao.
Yanstar X at Instagram.
Congratulations on your national title, Yanni. The Cameron versus Tyrone battle is heating up. A lot of arithmetic going
Bar
on.
loaded, Richard Hojan.
A lot of
315 kilograms. I do not see him in the warm-up area, and I've been confirmed from Victor Liu that Richard Hojan is not coming out, which means that we must wait the entire minute, and that is sad but also good news because we now have 40 seconds to talk about this battle.
Okay, so the update is that Richard Hojan's not lifting. At the moment, Tyrone Senaturi is going to win the 120 kilo plus category, so he's going to win the super heavyweight category. Cameron McKenzie's also going to win the 120 kilo category, so they're going to win their respective categories. But in powerlifting, we use a calculation to determine who's the best lifter pound for pound. And at the moment, these two lifters at the end of the round are battling it out to be the best lifter pound for pound. So Tyrone's going to need to put up the best total he can, and then Cameron McKenzie's going to try to outpull him. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see what goes on there. And that's a no lift for Richard Hojan, in case you can't tell. Referees, you need to put in a decision. And no lift. Okay.
Oh, that's
expected.
shattering. No lift. Right, Josh Pataka now, 315 kilograms. 10 kilos up. 10 kilos up. Bar loaded. There we go. Thank you, John Myers.
Wasn't sure if it was loaded or not. They really should have brushed the bar down again.
Theoretically, yes. Theoretically,
You have
yes.
to brush it before every attempt.
Exactly. That's the rule.
I'm taking intermission.
So JP's left me to talk to Cam. So I'm by myself at the moment. Can't get much more of a perfect third attempt than that. 3 white lights for Josh. He's ecstatic with that, and he's just thrown his belt on the ground. Fantastic lift.
All right, about 5 minutes ago, Iveni Tupo was about to take his third attempt, but with a smart last-minute decision, he's earned himself an extra 4 or 5 minutes rest, and which he needs, because 20 minutes ain't long enough. You need 25. And at this weight, like mass lifted. So this is the situation. Iveni Tuitupo is currently in 5th place. The lifter out of Canberra, currently in 5th place. If he makes this lift, he projects himself into the silver medal position and will almost certainly take out the silver medal, because that total will be too far from everyone else. But first he needs to make the lift. Bar is loaded for Iveni Tuitupo. Give him a round of applause for the silver medal. Currently in 5th place.
Let's go, buddy!
Silver medal is 2nd, by the way. Just to be clear.
Come on, buddy!
5th place to 2nd place. Pretty good jump off one lift. Come on.
Lock it in.
Heart-wrenching. Just nothing worse than missing on grip, especially when it's for a placing.
Yeah, shattering.
I can't talk about anything else.
But let's look at the positive sign. Best bench presser in the country.
Yes.
Well, strongest bench presser. Best bench presser is a Wilkes question.
Yeah, in absolute terms.
Strongest. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Strongest.
Heaviest bench press.
He bench pressed the largest load in Australia. Is that more accurate?
What?
I think it is. Yes, it's a change.
There's no change. We're only about a 320 kilos. Sorry, 322.5. Ross Rickards.
Rickards from Queensland.
We need 322.5, please. Add a silver.
322.5 for Tony Rymeth. 7.5.
875.
875. Totaled 887.5 in Minsk.
Okay, well behind that because of the squat. It cost himself 20 kilos on the squat.
Yes. So 887. Yeah, 887.5 is his best total.
All right, but more importantly, right now, this lift will give him 875, forcing Scott Hall to go up another 12.5.
Yep. Bar loaded. Tony Rymeth. Oh, the classic Wilkes 5 slap there. Oh, another jackhammer there, unfortunately. No lift for Tony Rymeth. Scott Hall now will change to...
So Scott Hall, so Tony Rymeth currently in 2nd. There's been a change. So we're going to load about a 330, guys. That's 5 reds.
6 reds and a black.
Sorry, 6 reds. Damn, that's a lot of reds.
Dang, that is a lot of reds. That is all our reds.
All right, so what does this mean? Anthony Cruz has gone to 330 this side, 10 kilos to his total.
872. This is for 2nd.
And this will put him in 2nd because the current 2nd place, he doesn't even need 330.
He doesn't need 330. He will need
325.
325, yeah. He needs 325 for silver.
But perhaps he just wants to build a big enough total to
hold off Scott Hall. Yeah. So, like, if Scott Hall wasn't in the meet, 325 would be the logical choice.
And there is a change.
There is a change now.
What is it?
What is it?
No, what are you doing,
That's
Jen?
not the right position to put that number. 325 is the number.
So take off the black spotters. Take off the blacks.
Blacks off.
You don't even need the jack. You don't need the jack.
Oh, they will because it's coming off.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Anthony Krishnan did make the change.
He did.
I'd say that this is a smart move because at least it puts you in the silver medal.
Exactly. Put you in the silver medal and then ask the next lifter to say, "We'll go." All right. Well, I've put the ball into your corner. Show me what you can do. And I've seen situations where people have been put into that situation and they've buckled.
With a reasonable load. With
Yeah,
a,
like,
with a weight they
Eric,
can
like
do
the
it.
one that comes to mind is Eric Gunham at 2015 Junior Equipped Worlds. Bar is loaded for Anthony Krisnar, 325 kilos. He's fired up. You should be too, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for the Melbourne native.
This is for the silver medal.
Oh, wow. So close. So unlucky for Anthony. So he's left in 4th place.
And now Scott Hall currently in 3rd.
So Scott Hall just 2.5 kilos behind. He is the heavier lifter, so he'll need to go at least 870. But he cannot drop the bar down more than 325. Is there
Correct.
a change impending? Potentially. Well, if I call bar is loaded, he cannot change it. So the lowest that Scott Hall can drop to is 325.
And that's all he needs.
And that will be all he needs.
So Scott Hall should drop to 325.
I think so.
All right. Perhaps he's chasing personal satisfaction and a personal achievement or milestone.
I feel
The personal achievement should be coming second at the
I feel that
Nationals.
comes last, to be honest. That's the last
But I
priority.
feel like the personal achievement is coming second at the Nationals. That's the achievement.
Yes. That is definitely the achievement.
But
But the personal satisfaction is the last priority.
so why do you lift?
At a national meet, it's to place.
But that is the personal satisfaction, ironically.
True. But it has to be together, not separated.
All right, ladies and gents, 3 deadlifts left after the 3 days of epic lifting here at the Powerlifting Australia National Championships. These 3 lifts are very important lifts, are going to dictate the placings of our heavyweight men. So give all of these lifts, the last 3 lifts, a gigantic round of applause. Bar is loaded for Scott Hall for silver medal, 330 kilos.
Doesn't matter in the end. Doesn't matter in the end. 330 kilos, 3 white lights. That is Scott Hall sealed for a silver medal and look to have much more in the tank, JP.
Well, he proved us, I guess, wrong.
I'm happy to be proven wrong.
I'm happy to be.
I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm very happy to be proven wrong.
Right, now is the battle for best male lifter in the entire contest. Simon Senatuli is your national champ at 120 plus with an Australian record total of 915 kilos. This next lift will give him a total so far in front that Cameron McKenzie's going to need to chase him down if he wants to earn himself title of best male lifter. So all eyes are on Coach Simon Bergner and Colin Webb to see what we are going to be loading onto the bar for these lifters.
And I believe if Tyron gets this lift, it's the highest male raw Wilks in Australian history with 512.
Yes, that is correct. And there's been a change. There's been a change. Oh, is there a change?
Oh. John put his hand up. Change.
Okay. What is... Okay. It is 350.
350 now. So 6 reds,
350.
green, black, 350
Yeah.
kilograms for Tyron. So this will take him...
There's been
Change
another
again.
change. Who's the change? Is it top?
Another change,
352.5.
352.5.
Okay, so 352.5 is the number, which is 12.5 kilos. That'll give him 927.5. 927.5.
I have 511.25 Wilks.
Have you got that there?
I have 511.25.
Okay.
368.
You can keep talking.
Okay. Tyron Senatuli now, 352.5. This will be a national record in total. 5. bar loaded for Tyron Senatuli, 352.5 kilograms, a massive personal best, but more importantly, Australian national record in total, #1 ranked male lifter in Australia, and maybe best lifter overall at the Australian Championships. Let's see how he goes. He has stood up with it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyron Senatuli, 2 white lights. Unbelievable display of strength there. That's a 20 kilo personal best prior to this meet. He pulled 332.5 in Minsk. Change. 369.0. Cameron McKenzie. This is one for best Wilks and therefore best male lifter at the Australian Championships. I believe this will also be the highest Wilks coefficient, or the highest Wilks score ever by a male. And it will also be the biggest male deadlift in Australian history as well. Lots of important things happening. Another change. So that's their final change. They can't go any more than that. They've made their 2 changes. 368.5. So they've dropped it 500 grams. So 368.5 is a national record in deadlifts, which is why they've been able to go in 500 gram increments. But this is for best lifter. Keenan's already got gold sorted. He's got nothing to lose.
So this lift will give him that total, that world score.
So this lift will give him a 511.468, and Tyrone's is 511.23. So this is for best male lifter by 0.2 of a Wilks point. 0.4, so yeah, 0.4 of 1 Wilks point, bar loaded. Cameron McKenzie, final lift of the Australian Powerlifting Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, last lift of the entire weekend. Australian record in deadlift. Come on, Cameron. Come on, Cam. Up, come on. Up, 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 up. Come on, Cam. Lock it out.
Unfortunately, no lift there for Cameron. He'll shake the hands of the referees. He's still the Australian champion, but your best male lifter is Tyron Senatuli, Queensland. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the Australian Powerlifting Championships here at the Melbourne Fitness Show. Will you please thank your referees for this session? Side referee to the left, Katrina Evans. Side referee to the right, David James. Center referee, John Myers. Your spotters, loaders, volunteers at the tech desk. My name's Tim Davies, Team PB Powerlifting. Joined with John Paul Cauchi. Sorry, Jules.
Good stuff, mate.
Thank you, Nick Dawn. My Lord. Would you like to add
just
in
to
that?
recap, in the 84 kilo plus category, Tim.
84 kilo plus national champion Najat Khoury, 547.5 Australian record total.
In the 120 kilo category, first place, Cameron McKenzie.
Yes. 865.
And in the 120 plus category, first place,
Tyron Senatuli, Queensland, 927.
Australian record total,
927.
927.5.
I remember when Jezza Uwepa was totaling 927 and we were just amazed by it. Like, Ray Williams was at that level.
We have our own.
We are developing our own competitive super heavyweight lifter, and it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see.
Exactly. He's still a young man.
He's only 24 this year. It's crazy.
A lot of potential.
Crazy.
9 out of 9 day.
9 out of 9 day. Can't get
Cameron
much better.
8 out of 9. Only missing the last deadlift.
Yep, that's
so
fine.
Highest quality lifting you could have asked for.
Australian Championships. That's where it's at.
Crazy. Alrighty, thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gents, and your support of Powerlifting Australia. If you are interested in powerlifting, head to the Powerlifting Australia website at powerliftingaustralia.com. No. Thank you very much.